welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. Hey, I thought we could do a collective reading. I haven't been here in a while. I've been watching television. I got sucked into these, like British thriller mystery limited series. And there's so many of them. I'm on the fourth night. Also, Kinder Egg is making Stranger Things friends. Hello, this is Steve and Robin. So we're gonna have to collect all of those. But anyway, I have been chilling. Alright, I do have a show and tell, but I feel like there's like a whole bunch of stuff to show you, so I'll probably do a second video. Okay, these aren't self-alive. I had to turn the thriller off. It was making me a little scared, so I'm in my palate cleansing moment before bedtime. Oh, hey, Tom. What's up, Rock? Anywho. Uh-oh. Control tactics. Control tactics with the courage to change. Uh-oh. Someone's being manipulated. Gotta leave. That was the reading. Alright, self-care energy. Yeah, choose yourself. Aw. Did I put earrings in? Can't tell yet. Truth, expression, higher self-activation. Yeah, your higher self wants you to liberate yourself from whatever this is, whatever these control tactics is, whether it's like at a systemic level or in an interpersonal. We have masculine energy, we have soul ties, reunion, we have receive, open, and we have the shadow side. The more you avoid your shadow, the more it's gonna be following you around. I was really like thinking about Peter Pan today as a metaphor when I was watching a different tarot reading this morning, and she said something about someone being afraid of their shadow, and it was like, oh, Peter Pan. And then I was like, dude, I wonder, because I used to like consider myself like having Peter Pan syndrome, like not wanting to grow up, you know what I mean, chicken wing. I mean, besides all of like the other stuff, but anyway, maybe you're dealing with something like that. Oh, afraid of your shadow. So like the way his shadow was following him around could technically be like this metaphor for like guilty conscience or just the shadow work, right? And then doesn't he sew it on, or like Wendy sews it on, so that like signifies a level of integration. Yeah, transcendence and unity. We have nostalgia and memories. We have renewal and spark. What would help you get your spark back from these control tactics? Again, whether they're systemic or whatever the control tactic is. Perhaps it's like even an addiction or some sort of toxic behavior that you do. I've been like legit chilling the past few weeks. I mean, in addition to like what I've been doing at home, I've been really, really resting, and I think I'm losing my muscle mass. So today I was like, let me pick up these weights and like get back into it a little bit. So I was doing so well for so long, and now I'm just like, I'm tired, you know? Obviously. Ego, vanity, and pride. Past, lack, suffering, and guarded and vulnerability. You know, the thing about your shadow work, the thing about accepting your flaws, darkness, bad shit, whatever it is for y'all, whatever it is. The thing about it is that, just like what I was saying with Peter Pan, you can only hide from yourself for so long, right? And that's why we use the coping mechanisms, the unhealthy or toxic coping mechanisms, lack and doubt, to, oh my god, water is the best thing on the planet, to like shield ourselves, right? This guarded vulnerable adjust my comb over. Now, your masculine energy is the doing energy, is the action, right? So, this reading is talking about doing some sort of action around your higher self. I think it's like, if you're just beginning this process, maybe just acknowledging where it is that you are being controlled, or if you're a person who is trying to control others. Remember that everyone has free will, right? Like, people can do whatever the fuck they want, including you. But whatever control tactics it is that are keeping you bound in this space of needing to... So, like, I'm getting, like, this tug of war between... If you're new here, I have ADHD. I rarely finish a thought or a sentence. So, but I eventually will loop back. So your higher self and your ego is like, I'm getting like a tug of war, right? I shouldn't have given that disclaimer. Now I'm totally lost my train of thought. Your higher self is like the best version of yourself, whereas your ego is this facade of who you want to be or who you pretend to be, but it's not who you are, because more than likely the shadow hasn't been integrated. So what that can look like is like overcompensating by trying to control others, or trying to control the outcome of situations, or just like being a control freak. Again, not allowing others or yourself to utilize your own free will, right? Free will is something that we all have, regardless of what religious we all have the choice to choose what we're gonna do. We have decisions and choices constantly. You get to choose. You don't have to do anything just because someone tells you to, or because others before you have done it. No, you can change your mind. What the fuck is that? You can change your mind. Alright. Be receiving and open, self-care. So I feel like this could just be like, one of the things I like to do if I'm feeling especially sparse. What does that mean? Oh yeah, I've been coloring my paint by number apps too. I like to do the little houses in the interiors. Why is Donald Trump's face the first thing I see in it? Ew. What the fuck does this word mean? Yeah, sparse. Thinly dispersed or scattered. So when we're starting to feel like that, or I got wispy as well, like you feel like you're like burning your candle at both ends, or whatever the fucking sayings are, right? Call your power back to you, right? Do a quick like, hey, if you feel someone tugging on your energy, or these control tactics, again, whatever that is for you, including yourself within that. If you're unhealed, if you're not in your higher self, if you're staying in a south node situation, which is like your comfort zone, like maybe you're uncomfortable, but it's comfortable enough to be familiar, and you're like, whatever, right? Been there, done that. Are we here right now? Probably. Anyway, this isn't about me, as much as I have this beautiful oh, the computer's plugged in. Can you see that? It's nice. It's like a little fairy garden, like bridge over like a creek. Love it. Anyway, I'm crying. I haven't been here a long time to do a reading. I'm sorry. And also, I know you missed this. What the fuck? Call your energy back to you. But ultimately, I mean, this could be just like you within yourself, right? The shadow aspects here. We had lack and doubt at the bottom. We have lack, suffering, and past. We've got control tactics. Again, the masculine energy is here, so that's all about like doing something about the fucking doing something about it, right? Guarded and vulnerability, like do something about why you're feeling like this. I think even just doing can be like acknowledgement of it, right? Like the Peter Pan thing, like acknowledging that you know, like I'm working from a unhealed space. Maybe I don't have a word or maybe I don't have every like a definition or a word for everything I'm feeling, but at least I can acknowledge that I'm working from a space of ego because I'm scared, right? And it usually comes down to being scared. And when I know a lot of like unhealed masculine, like, I'm not scared, right? But like it's the little one within you. It's the child within you that didn't get validation or got yelled at or got in trouble, had, you know, was controlled. It's the little one within you that usually is pulling those feelings, right? When we talk about feelings, I don't know why my eye is leaking, but it is. When we talk about feelings, tour of the house, that is a big bag of dog food. I haven't put it. Anyway, we're talking about the pirate shop, okay? It's a mess over here. You guys haven't been here a long time. So the pirate ship is a hello. This is my little workstation. Is a metaphor for wow, the pirate ship was not that far away. Anyway, it's a metaphor. Okay, you get the fucking picture. The pirate ship. My house is a little messy. There's like a ton of projects happening. Okay, anyway, the pirate ship is a metaphor for your feelings. You are the ship. Your feelings are the waves and the water. Sometimes it's rocky and wavy, like the North Seas. Yo, you know? And then sometimes it's like this little creek, and you're like, oh, it's like a puddle, right? However you're feeling, we've been so conditioned. One of the control tactics of the systems in which we live is to not acknowledge our feelings. Again, it's worse. I think it's worse for men. Well, I don't know, because women are also, you know, labeled as emotional. And so a lot of women don't express their emotions either from a fear of being labeled hysteric. What, in like the early 1900s, they were like locking women up. I mean, my husband did this too. Locking women up for being hysterical, right? But they were really just like having orgasms. They were like doing, like literally like lobotomizing women for having orgasms because the men were like, what is it? It is the clit. Anyway, control tactics are, seriously, we can look it up. You don't believe me? The ability to control people's emotions is huge, right? And our system totally works on that, right? Like, when we did the hidden, I don't know why my eye is leaking. When we did the hidden messages in media course, I talked about the adjectives that they use on on the fucking news, and it's always like dangerously terrifying and awful. So they tell you what to think about things. That's emotional manipulation. It's pulling on your emotions, right? So when we're, you know, a ghost ship and we've abandoned ship, right? You've walked the plank on your own emotions and your own energy. This is a ridiculous reading. Was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, hysteria history. Oh my god, it wasn't removed as a medical disorder till 1980 with the DSM-3. I told you the DSM is fucking bullshit. What? Hysteria is a historically constructed diagnosis once used to describe a wide array. I've been watching British. Wide array of physical and psychological symptoms in women, tracing back to ancient civilizations again. It evolved from early beliefs about a wandering uterus. Nobody's ever found the clit. Anyway, it's a true story. And there's like a history, there's a whole lot you can learn about it. Anyway, all that to say is emotions, I mean, this is my field of study within my master's work, is emotional control or manipulation of the systems of the population by the systems is what I mean. It works, right? everything that they do, everything that we are presented with has some sort of emotional reaction on purpose. So when you understand that that's happening at a larger level, I think it becomes easier for us to understand that we do it to ourselves. We like police the emotions that we feel. But yeah, with memories and nostalgia and the shadow side and transcendence unity, this is really like just talking about what we always talk about when I pull out my fucking cards, is healing yourself. It's about acknowledging that you have had shitty days, bad situations, things that you aren't healed from, things that you still feel guilty about, right? The harm that has happened to others. We all have these things. Like, it's just basic human nature, right? I focus on this constantly, and I'm still met with this shit, right? Like, I'm aware of it. But, like, anytime I interact with other humans, and I'm a mom, so that's constantly, I have to check myself. I have to constantly, it's a process, and we're these dynamic beings. Like, we're not static, but this system wants us to be static, right? Like, robotic, by design. Yeah. Nobody watched the decolonizing consumerism about climate change and global, or pollution and climate change. And one thing I talked about in that video was this technocratic, how robots or AI or these tech bros, they want to replace humans because humans have needs and things. They want to replace us with AI because we're too needy, right? Including our emotions, right? They have to put a lot of effort into, like, I mean, even just the psychology. There's another thought I didn't finish. 3 of them. The psychology of colors within fast food logos and marketing. Total science behind it, but they have to do that because we as humans have responses to that subconsciously. So if we weren't here subconsciously, like, interacting with their control tactics, right, then they just had robots who would do whatever the fuck that you program them to do, which I don't think is going to work out the way they think. But anyway, one of the things about coming into consciousness is recognizing that emotions are just a form of communication from your nervous system. They're not something to be, like, ashamed of or afraid of, but quite the opposite, because when you become aware of your emotions, when you become one with your shadow side, you're able to understand why you make people feel like shit and why you feel like shit. Nobody can have power over you. It's liberation. And then you're able to see how everything has kept you focused on hiding who you really are, being ashamed of things, or being prideful, or hiding behind your aesthetics, right? I think there was this conversation on TikTok months ago where women were talking about, like, eyebrow blindness, and you've got these women. I mean, I'm a girl's girl, but the pressure for the fashion industry, I'm not quite sure when everybody. I remember my mom getting her nails done, and I thought it was so stupid. I'm like, this is a waste of time and money. Like, there's so much more. She would spend like $100 every time, and that was like in the early 2000s. And I was like, what a waste of money, Like, there are so many other things you could do with that fucking money besides getting your fucking nails done. I'm a big nose picker, and I used to wear contacts, so I don't like my nails painted, or I like them painted, but I don't like them done. I don't like fake nails. I think they're gross. Like, the shit that gets stuck in them. Anyway, when these women were talking about blindness, the way the makeup trends right now are hideous to me personally. So I'm really looking forward to, in a few years, when we're having conversations about makeup trends, Because it's not cute. A lot of them. The way that women are covering up like this part of their lip and like pretending that their lips are a lot bigger. We know. I'm sorry, women. I love you, but what are we doing? No. Nails, the eyelashes. I tried to I got some magnetic eyelashes. I'm like, oh, some of them look cute. I can't do them. I look like a child playing dress up. So, I don't know. To each their own. Some of them can really pull it off, but I don't know. That's just about like, so what are you doing with your aesthetics that is so unnatural or feels ridiculous, but everyone else is doing it, so you're like, oh, this is good. Like, I mean, I used to be, I don't do shit to my face, really. I barely put makeup on. I mean, I put a lot of eye makeup on today. I don't know why. I felt like it. But anyway, it wasn't that much. It's just like a little eyeshadow. But anyway, I used to pluck the fuck out of my eyebrows. You know, in the early 2000s, it was the thing to do. So I get it. I've been there, done that. But when you come into consciousness, that's what I'm saying. When you're able to, when you've come into consciousness and you've integrated your shadow and you're aware of your emotions and you're aware of your masculine and feminine energy. I mean, to a certain degree, because I think that this is a constant process. I don't think that this is something that ends, but it is definitely a complete 180 from the way that like society has told us to live. So I don't know. What are you doing that you find ridiculous, or what are you convincing yourself that you find attractive that you're like, no? in whatever it is, whether it's another human or like a group of humans or within yourself, you know, allow yourself to just be, I guess. I mean, be, but like also sit with what makes you feel uncomfortable and sit with it, right? Don't run away from it. Sit with it. Sit with yourself. Sit with yourself. I will be using my British accent. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm like totally intrigued by these shows. I think it's because what it is that American shows are so predictable for me. I can predict the plot line. These are very unpredictable. They're based on novels. I don't know. What are they called? The one I'm watching now is The Stranger. I watched Runaway. What was the other one? They're on Netflix. Runaway. They're based on this one person's novels, and the twists and turns are just insane. I can't pinpoint where we're going at any given time, and I'm so intrigued by that. They're not scary, but they're very intriguing. Highly recommend. I don't know. And they take place in Britain. Great Britain, I think. I don't know. So it's like a completely different landscape. You know, if you're from the United States, you know, like NCIS, LA, and you know, all that shit. Like, I don't know. It's just something different. It's different. Alright. Ooh, we got a lot of these. Deep dive. You have only just started to learn your soul's depth. What truly matters will rise to the surface. Let it rock your boat. Oh my God, I can't stop. Opportunity. If you don't see the path in front of you, make one. Bitch. Balance. You are juggling so much. It's okay to put some things down and let them find their own place. Especially the people-pleasing tendencies, like doing stupid fashion trends that you think are dumb. Risks. Like, it's totally cool to find your own style and, like, not fit in with the crowd. Trust me. I think I'm cool. Anyway, risks. Until you try, you don't know how far you'll go. Taking calculated risks yields rewards and confidence. The courage to change. So maybe you've been thinking about something for a while and you just find yourself falling back. You know, manifest. What you seek is seeking you. If you can dream it, begin it. Your intention has great power in it. That rhymed-ish. And last, aspire. Accept what you have while taking a stand for what you really want. Unseen forces are helping you succeed, and spirit has your back. Alright, uno. Oh, I'm on like day, I don't know, I'm learning Spanish. I've been learning it since January. Doing good. Today's lesson was hard. I got 50%. I think that's the lowest I've ever gotten. But it was like a conversation that I was trying to listen to, and I'm not there yet. You know, there's a whole bunch of new vocab. I don't fucking know. So, you know, it's fine. Duolingo is a lot different than it used to be. It used to be like not cool. Apps are different. Okay, after this I'm gonna make a show and tell, and I'm gonna show you the shit all over my fucking desk. Alright. Sometimes you have to take chances. Let life surprise you. All great things have small beginnings. Believe in yourself. Embrace the journey. Live each day with grace and authenticity, and start each day with a grateful heart. The best day ever. I used to be so excited to like get out of bed. I remember that. I used to like when I had to like wake up and go to the call center, I would be so happy not to go to work. But my attitude getting out of bed, I remember I would like set my alarms with like my favorite songs, and I would like put all these emojis and be like, it's a new day. I was so annoying to myself. But maybe that's something you need. Maybe you need to like oomph your vibe in your home, in your daily routine. Add some self-love, right? Like that's a way to like love on yourself. Out of limitations comes creativity. It's all perspective, and look on the bright side. Have a good one.